Today we go back to Nineveh, during the reign of King Ashurbanipal. He was the ruler of the Assyrian Empire in the 7th century BCE, and a total psychopath on the battlefield. Yet, at the exact same time, he created the first systematically organized library in human history. In an era when kings were illiterate warriors who only brandished swords, Ashurbanipal was a complete anomaly. He proudly claimed that he could read archaic Sumerian texts from the time before the Great Flood. On the stone reliefs in his palace, he ordered artists to depict him with a writing stylus made of reed tucked into his belt, right where a deadly dagger would normally be. Ashurbanipal did not just sit around waiting for scribes to bring him books. Instead, he orchestrated the world's first state-sponsored heist of intellectual property. He dispatched his army and agents across the entirety of Mesopotamia, particularly to Babylon, with a strict command. Find every single tablet that exists in private homes and temples, and bring it to me. If a city dared to refuse to hand over their ancient texts on medicine, magic, or astronomy, it was treated as a declaration of war. Through this ruthless campaign, he gathered over 30,000 clay tablets. However, Ashurbanipal was deeply paranoid that someone would steal them from his palace. To prevent this, he had an official curse engraved onto many of the tablets, creating the earliest known form of copyright protection in history. The inscriptions literally read, "Whosoever carries off this tablet or destroys my name written upon it, may the gods Ashur and Nineveh cast him down from his throne and erase his name and his seed from this land." To understand just how brutal he was off the battlefield, one of his famous palace reliefs shows him enjoying a peaceful garden party with his queen drinking wine. But if you look closely at the tree next to them, the severed head of his defeated enemy, the king of Elam, is hanging from a branch as a decorative ornament. This ruthless ruler even forced hooks through his enemies' mouths to drag them like animals. Inside the palace, this bloodthirsty king ran a highly sophisticated operation. The library wasn't a messy pile of clay. It was perfectly categorized. Tablets had tracking tags carved onto their edges, and the rooms were organized by genre, separating history from medicine and astronomy from witchcraft. Nineveh was completely buried, but who did it remains a mystery. Deep inside the ruins, a shocking anomaly was found: a layer of smooth river gravel. This suggests an invading force likely diverted the river directly into the city. Nineveh's massive 20-meter walls acted like a giant basin, trapping the roaring water and river stones inside the royal chambers, erasing the empire under a flat hill. A hidden spot where the British officially conducted their massive, uncontrolled works. However, you won't find these treasures if you visit the ruins of Nineveh in modern-day Iraq. We would likely be enjoying the magnificent structures of Nineveh on site today if European powers, primarily the British and the French, had not treated the Middle East like a supermarket for antiquities. They stripped the ancient walls bare, looted the artifacts, and left the archaeological excavations completely plundered. Today, to see the true glory of this ancient empire, you don't go to Mosul. You have to buy a ticket to the British Museum in London.